think you will be too when you see them. So hello and welcome. It's Marilyn Devonish here from transformationstm.com, and oh my God, it's really lovely when have you ever had that thing where you find cool stuff that you didn't remember you had? This is one of those instances. Now, I believe I was given these for Christmas. I'm sure it was 2 Christmases ago. And it was one of those crazy times, and I was up in my bedroom. I put them temporarily on the bookshelf, thinking, right, I'll bring those down. And then I think I was away, and then it was New Year, and then and everything rolled into one. And so I was having my annual clear out this year, and the British Heart Foundation came. For those of you who don't know, actually, if you don't drive, you don't have a car. The British Heart Foundation, they do in Watford anyway, will come and collect from you, and then they will take it to the charity shop. So they came round to collect this morning. So this week I've been going round the house going, okay, what is it time to release? What is it time to let go of? What is it time to give away and recycle and let someone else have some joy from it? And so I'm looking along all my bookshelves and just seeing if there are books that it's time for me to give away. And then I saw these kind of pushed into the ink. I was like, what's that? And as I pulled them out, I realized it wasn't a book at all. It's the cards. It's like, oh my God, that's amazing. So here they are. They are fortune reading cards, which I mean, I haven't, they are still sealed. I was going to do, I'm either good week. Actually, you could do the big reveal here if people are interested and want to see them, or you can wait and do it for Tarot Tuesday. But we're in the middle of Tarot Tuesday. So we did the first round of individual readings this week. Now, normally I just do Tarot Tuesday as one sitting. I do it as a Facebook Live, but because for everyone in the membership group who would like an individual reading, I'm doing a retrospective reading. So I'm doing a reading for 2019, and then I'm doing a future reading. And I knew that it would take a lot longer to do those because it kind of pretty much doubles the time. And Tarot Tuesday, as it is a good, normally it's a good 90 minutes, at least a good, if we're really whipping through and there aren't that many people who are around who want a reading, cool, we can maybe be done in an hour, but typically it's about an hour and a half. And that's for me to do anything from 12 to 15 readings. That's kind of normally the average number that I'll do each month. This time round, however, because I'm doing 2 cards for everyone and not just those for whom 2 cards might jump out, I knew it would take longer. So we're going to have Tarot Tuesday Part 2 next week. I don't think it's going to extend to week 3, but we'll see. So what I'm going to do is continue to do what we did for everyone this week. So I'm thinking that maybe then, it sounds weird to be talking about March already because it feels like I've just finished Christmas. But what we'll probably do then for Tarot Tuesday for March is, if you would like to, we'll use the new deck. So, you know, really, 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 I'm so curious now to see them. And these are from Australia. So it says, we all have the power to know what the future holds for us. This is very apt because I'm going to be doing a future life progression guide. Actually, I'm doing a future life progression guided session next Wednesday, 8:30 p.m. GMT, if you want to join us. It's free for those of you in the membership group. And for those of you who are not in the membership group, you can book via my Big Marker webinar page. Hey, Natasha. Natasha says, oh, yes, please. Natasha, would you like me to pull a card for you now? Because I want an excuse to open it now. I'm not sure I can wait till March. Now I've got my hot little hands on the box. So let me know if you'd like a reading now. Put a note in the thread. And it says, by using Sharina's fortune reading cards, you can tap into your intuition and transform your life. Oh, we're on the transformation vibe. And for those, I don't know if I've still got it in here, actually. Let me just see. Oh, yes, I have. So for those of you who missed it, I was in the Mail on Sunday magazine. It'll be 2 weeks ago now, where they did... how bizarre. So the picture they've chosen, this is from the Mail on Sunday You magazine, is the fortune teller, and these are the fortune reading cards. Bit of synchronicity there. So if you didn't actually get the physical magazine, what you can do, there is a link, there's an online version. So if you want to read that article, and in that piece, I did an interview for them, and they've written about one of my client case studies and the way that kind of tarot works. So I can drop the link into the description of this video if you wanted to have a read of that yourself. What's Natasha said? Natasha says, open it. Yes, yes. Ooh. Okay, each card contains one personal or spiritual message. Let's just do the proper preview. And the accompanying book offers a more detailed explanation to guide you in your understanding. Simply hold your question in mind, trust yourself, and soon you will be receiving powerful messages that will guide you on your life's path. Sharina is a renowned Australian psychic who works with people to help them live happier and more fulfilled lives. I like it. And Richard Crooks is the illustrator. And what I can see from the back of the deck, the cards look really fantastic, really beautiful. All right, Natasha, just because it's you and I love you. Here we go. Just do that, just to pierce the cellophane. Okay, it's on. Sharina Star, let's see what you got. Oh, that's nice. Look, I even like the way it opens. You know, you've got your magnetic fastening and then it opens. So it opens a bit like a book. So maybe it's very apt that it has been on my bookshelf. So that is lovely. Mwah, Natasha. So you've got the booklet that goes with it. Oh, nice. Just getting a... And then, actually, before I mess it all up, let me do that for prosperity. Ooh, me likey. So I just move that out of the way. Ooh, fabulous. Alrighty. So we have the cards there. All right, we have them in our hot little hand. All right, and the way I do the readings, though, you know, for those of you who are in the membership group, you already know this. But the way I do the readings for Tarot Tuesday is I choose the cards face down. So they're facing away from me. Because it's Facebook Live, I will be holding the cards away from me. So people who are watching can see the cards and I'm choosing them so they all look exactly the same on the back. And I never really know what anyone is asking because I just say, would anyone like a reading this month? If people would like a reading, they just put yes in the thread. That's pretty much it. So we're 9 times out of 10 doing what I do, cold readings, yet we still get that thing where people are like, oh my God, that is spot on. And they're watching it all live. And so they can see that I can't see the cards before I turn them over. And we still have that incredible. So this is what the cards look like on the back for these ones. And so when I'm doing the Tarot Tuesday readings, I'm holding the cards like this. So those of you who are watching can see that, I can see that, and then I'm choosing them like that. So what I'm going to do, what I like to do with my new decks, first of all, is just to have a quick look through and just see the cards. So the one that's kind of right there on the bottom of the deck as I'm holding them, just so you can just see, it's Angel. Natasha says, have you just photo read it? Well, I had a quick whiz through. Beware, birth, celebrations, chariot, coffins, ooh, cracker, death, devil. So actually what's quite interesting about this, like, you know, there's a death card in the traditional, let's say, Rider-Waite deck. There's a death card. There isn't a death card in the cards that I use for the Tarot Tuesday. But she's also got some very different cards because you're not going to see, let's say, for example, the dragonfly in the traditional deck. So she's gone for a mixture of both, following some of the traditional tarot, and also she's got the eagle, fire. Now this one reminds me of Huna. We like a bit of Huna fire energy. We've got flowers. The Fool is one that you'll find in the traditional deck. She's got goals, judgment, key. Now, the key will be very relevant for those of you who attended the annual Mind, Body, Spirit Energy Fest in December last year, because Gina, the clairvoyant and psychic who comes along, she did a whole exercise about the key, which was really fascinating. Oh my goodness. We've got the lion, love, lovers. We got the luck of the Irish, marriage, the moon. Oh, we've done a fair few moon meditations in the membership group. And actually, if you want to find any of those meditations, the video webinars, the Facebook lives, or the links to the MP3s, just type moon into the membership group. I'm sure it will pull something up for you. And if you can't find it, let me know. We've got mountain, owl, patience. That concept came up a lot in 2018 for the membership group. We've got the phoenix rising from the ashes. We've got plane. I've just stepped off one of those, having had lovely time in Gran Canaria to start this year. We've got proposal, the snake. Okay. Reminds me of Jungle Book. The star. Now we've got the star in the Archangel Power Tarot deck, for example. We've got the sun, thorns, unity, wish. That's nice. Make a wish. And the world. And the world is one that we do have in the major arcana. I think it is card number 21, 22, something like that. Alrighty, so those are the cards. So what I'm going to do now, Dale says beautiful. They are. I'm really liking them. Hey, I think it's Kai, K-Y. And hello to you. Right, so what I'm going to do, Natasha, you're going to have a membership group warm up, because I do free readings every single month, have been now for the last, what will be 3 years, my God. Every month, Tarot Tuesday. And so if you want a free reading, it happens every month in the membership group, and I do them as a Facebook Live. So they're an added bonus. We have a number of themes that run throughout the month for the group. We always start the month with Motivation Monday, to something to get you motivated and inspired. We do Tarot Tuesday, so I do a reading for anyone who wants one for the month ahead. We do Wisdom Wednesday, which is a curated essay piece where we delve back through the ages. So we've gone as far back as Socrates and Aristotle. We've also gone a bit left field with people like Andy Warhol, Abraham Maslow, Jennifer Lopez is featured as well. I think I featured Jennifer Lopez in 2017 and 2018. Dorothy Height, one of the kind of key pivotal figures from the civil rights movement. So we do that every single month. Joan of Arc, we've had loads. We do Think Tank Thursday, which is a coaching and consultancy session that also happens via Facebook Live. So you can ask whatever you want, just mixing these up a bit just to make sure I get my energy into them. And we have Focus Friday, which comes at the end of the month, where we do a retrospective and a forward look to help you get focused. We have Sharing Saturday, which is where all the free stuff, the webinars, teleseminars, guided meditations, etc., come into it. So the Future Life Progression guided session that we're doing next week, even though we're doing it on Wednesday, is part of the Sharing Saturday bonus, which is why it's free for people in the membership group. But anyway, it's an open one. Anyone can join us, but you just have to pay if you're not in the membership group. And then we have Soul Food Sunday, which is something to touch your soul. So if you want to join us, if you're looking at the ticker tape that goes along the bottom, you can go to www.transformationstm.com. And there's a link to some of the programs, etc. But the most direct way to do it is just go to www.marilynsmembershipgroup.eventbrite.com, and that's what you'll see on the ticker tape as we go forwards. Alrighty, so let's see. Natasha Waldron says, I love your excitement and energy. I'm totally excited. All right, so I think we've sufficiently mixed them up, and I'm then going to do, I think I'm going to do a deck split with like top, middle, bottom. We'll cut the deck, cut the deck into 3, and then put that one there, that one there, that one there. Then we're going to have some water. My brain is like, we need hydration. Okay, so let's do a reading. Natasha. So we're really just, so what I'm kind of, when I'm doing Tarot Tuesday, what I'm basically, each time I do a reading for one person, I will then take a moment. I'll always shuffle the cards again. And then I start thinking of the person that I'm going to be reading for, and just kind of asking what would be the most appropriate card for them. Is there kind of a message that will be really good for them to have? Is there something that's going to enhance the month ahead, etc.? Is there something they need to be aware of? So this one is for Natasha. I think we need a drum roll. All right, Natasha. Do you know what? Apparently we're having 15 from the top, so I don't need to hold the whole deck. So we're doing 15 from the top. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, whatever that one is. So let's have a look, see. Oh, nice. Okay, so let me get the angle on that one so you can see it. Hang on, move it that way so it's not in the writing. So Natasha, this one says flowers. The message on this one is be generous. Success and emotional fulfillment are yours. So the thing that comes to my mind immediately with this one, it's as though you've been planting seeds for the last 12 to 18 months. I don't know why, but I'm looking at it. If you look at it again, can you see those little bursts of light, like little mini stars? As I looked at those, I just immediately had the number 18. I'm pretty sure there are not 18 of them there, but I'm like, what's 18 got to do with anything? But it kind of says, if it feels to me, and kind of just looking at this card, what kind of comes to mind is that you've been planting seeds for the last 12 to 18 months. There may have, no, actually, this is an interesting one, because sometimes people will be kind of working, they've got nothing to show for it. This doesn't feel like that at all. This feels like you have actually seen the fruits of your labor bearing fruit. Maybe not as much as you would have liked, maybe not everything all at once, but it's like you haven't been, the way I'm going to say this, you haven't been devoid of green shoots, because there are times you can be working on something, you don't see anything. It's like you've put the time in, you've put the energy in, you put the effort in, you put the resources in, you put the blood, sweat and tears in, you put the money in, and there are sometimes people will look at it and go, I've got nothing to show for this, because they haven't even seen the green shoots. So now they have to really dig deep in order to continue. It doesn't feel like that scenario with you. It feels as though you have actually been seeing the green shoots. You have been seeing the results of the fruits of your labor. And so it's not like this one comes as a shock to you. But it's like now we've had that thing there and that thing there, and that success there and that thing there, and all that was good, and nearly, and that project's off the ground, and da. So it's like, so you haven't been in that what is sometimes a horrible position of going, what is it all about? Why am I doing this? And that's it's not the full bunch. Let's just stick with the flower analogy. You've had a flower here and a flower there and a bloom here and a bloom here and a shoot there and a shoot there, if this makes sense. But now it kind of, for this one, it now feels as though the bigger bouquets are coming. The realization of if you're someone who sets goals, I don't know if you are, or writes them down or has a mission or whatever it is, it's almost as though when we get to the end of this year, I've got goosebumps as I say this, it's like when we get to the end of the year, if you were to find that piece of paper, you'd go, oh my God. So I'm thinking now of, Kay Westmoreland, and I'll say her name because she talks about it publicly and has, written a blog for me and everything. But when Kay did photo reading, she'd written in her playbook, because at the end of the workshop, we write a future statement. And so she'd written in her workbook two things that she wanted to achieve. And we were 3 months into the mastermind group coaching session. And, some things hadn't gone her way. There are a couple of things she was still working on. So, you could have gone, oh, well. But then, because she was moving from land back to the boat, no, she's just moving off the boat. She's going to spend more time on land. And she found her playbook, her photo reading playbook, at the bottom of the box. And so she brought it to the coaching session and she flicked it open. And she was like, oh, my God, Marilyn. And she'd written down, it was, she wanted to do the course with Dr. Joanna Martin, and she wanted to have an experience of standing up and being eloquent and da 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 da. That's exactly what happened. And there was another big thing that she was working on. That's exactly what happened as well. But if we'd said at times, so how are you getting on with your goals and stuff, it would have been, oh, you know. She went, Marilyn, it's happened word for word like I wrote it down. Didn't even remember, and it would only been what, 3 or 4 months prior. So I feel as though it's going to be a really fun exercise when we're getting towards the end of this year. Around, I'd say a good time to do it would be October, November 2020. If you're somebody who's written them down, go and find them, look back on the year, and a bit like where I wrote that Tarot Tuesday comparison blog, where I wrote down people's feedback about the reading and what happened for them, and then I went back and I watched my videos, and I actually wrote a transcript, because it got to the point so many people were coming onto the thread and watching the replay and going, oh my god, that's spot on, oh my god, you hit the nail on your head, oh my god, I can't believe you said that. And then they would say what happened. I was like, this is kind of cool. And I thought, I don't even know what I've said, because once I've said it, it's normally just out and it's gone. So I actually sit and I went back through several months of the videos. I watched them, I did a transcript, and I did a blog where this is what I said, this is what happened, and then you lined them up and they were pretty much the same, and some of them using the same words, the same kind of language. And I think you're going to have that experience as we get towards the end of this year, when you look at what you wanted to achieve and you map it across. And as I'm even saying that, is probably, you could probably do that as early as June of this year, because it's almost like the momentum and pace is going to be rolling. And just for the fun of it, let's see what she says in the book about flowers. I've never seen these cards before. It might be nice to, oh, it opens on the page that I'm looking for. Flowers. Alrighty. Oh, it's quite long. All right then. So she's broken it down into an introduction, personal stroke relationships, and also career stroke money. And then she gives you a power tip as well. All right, we're in. Let's go. So it says, this card is all about abundance and being grateful for what you have. Spend time outdoors in the garden, park, appreciate the beauty of the flowers around you. Give some to a friend, partner, or colleague in appreciation. Flowers also represent beauty. Appearances are of the utmost importance at the moment, so give yourself that long-awaited color change or haircut. Get some trendy new gear. Be positive. Your future will be filled with much happiness and pure joy. Very nice. So we're talking about the love bit, but I'm going to jump to the career and money bit, because I'm interested to hear what she says about this. Okay, flowers foretell the success of new projects and the fulfillment of dreams. Castles in the sky could become a reality. So that thing where I'm saying, if you've written stuff and then go back and do that comparison, it's kind of that where you go, oh my god, I wrote that and now this has happened. Those searching for jobs could be pleasantly surprised, or an ad in the newspaper could end up making you money. Your upbeat, enthusiastic new aura will make you attractive on the social scene and help you network brilliantly, career or business wise. Don't dismiss your intuition. Positive thoughts and actions will be well rewarded. Cool. So, you know, and I said, well, let's continue with the bouquet. You've got a flower, now you've got a lovely bouquet. Her power tip is place fresh, colorful flowers in your home as often as you can. Pink for harmony, red for love and attraction, yellow for friendship, and orange or red for money. And so when I was saying, let's continue with the bouquet analogy, in terms of you've got a flower here, you've got a flower here, and now you've got the wonderful bouquet, then if you haven't bought yourself flowers for a while, next time you're out and about and you see a beautiful bunch, maybe you want to grab some. And I have to say, I like Marks and Spencer's flowers, of course. I like everything about Marks and Spencer's, and Sainsbury's always do a damn fine bouquet as well. And I actually found one that was really beautiful when I went to stay with my sister over Christmas. It was gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. So, you know, if Marks and Spencer's hasn't floated your boat, also look in Sainsbury's, because they do some really, really lovely ones. And I have found, it might just be, I don't know if it's because I hooner them, but the last bunch I got lasted 2.5 weeks, which I think is crazy, because it said it had a shelf life of 7 days. Now, I will admit, I did hooner the water and the plants. I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but I would say they last quite a long time as well. So you get to really enjoy them. The Natasha says, fabulous, I needed this, thank you. You are such a star. And we will do absolutely flowers. It will be wonderful, absolutely wonderful. Oh, that's nice. Put those back in, give them a shuffle. And what I might do, let's just see if there was something to be thinking about for the month of February while we're here. Cool. Yep. So somebody is saying in terms of Messenger, sorry, I think I saw all of it. Give me one sec. Let me just look on here as well. How much are the Tarot Tuesday readings? Well, they're not the Tarot Tuesday readings. The membership group, you can either join monthly, you can do annual membership, or you can do lifetime membership. So monthly means, you know, if you want to maybe just join for a month, because you might go, look, I need some motivation this month. And the way it works, you'll be in for 31 days. So you'll get to do the Motivation Monday, Tarot Tuesday readings, the Wisdom Wednesday pieces. You can take part in the Think Tank Thursday, Facebook Live coaching and consultancy sessions. You can do the Focus Friday, Sharing Saturday, and Soul Food Sunday. So regardless of when you join in the month, you will always get a full month, which means you experience everything. So you can join as a one-off, or you can go, look, I'm in for the year, or you can do lifetime membership, which means you pay once and then there's nothing else to pay ever. And I've started the blog. I kind of got some more updating to do, but somebody had asked me, what if I just do what you're just saying now? And I worked out it was something like, because if I just went on the pure numbers, it was something like £9,500 to do it separately. If I then added in the curation time and the time it takes to do the videos, etc., something, it was into the 24,000 or something like that. And then if you just took it, stripped it out and just thought, okay, what about just pure delivery time? It was something like £817 a month. If you wanted to do an individual reading, and you wanted to do an individual webinar, and you wanted to do an individual consultancy session, you wanted to do an individual coaching session, or for those of you who joined early, it's £21 a month. I think it's 38 or something like that a month now. So the price comparison was massive. So you don't have to pay anything extra. Once you've joined the membership group, then these sessions happen every month as part of your membership. So you don't have to pay anything extra. I hope that makes sense. If not, message me back. Alrighty. So for those watching, for those for whom this is their cup of tea, what have we got for... Do you know what? I think I might go for the one that's at the bottom of the stack. That's the one that kind of inches itself out. You got to be kidding me. All right, so it's the same one again. So it's that whole thing. So there may be some of you watching who are having that experience, but it feels a little bit different this time. Whereas for Natasha, and Natasha, I don't know if that's been your experience, where you have been over the last 12 to 18 months actually seeing results and things happening along the way rather than the big wait. This time round, as I look at this card, it feels like this is now speaking more to the people who have been investing and doing the work and planting the seeds and, you know, putting the time and energy in, and you haven't yet seen things come to fruition. This is the one that says take heart and keep going. So there's a story that is, I believe it's Jim Rohn that tells it, but if you just type in 3 feet from gold, the energy of it this time round feels like the 3 feet from gold energy, where, you know, it's almost like you're at the place and the stage you're like, do you know what, I'm throwing in the towel, mate. I'm done. I'm finished. There's no point. I'm, you know, I haven't got anything else to give. And if that is the case, I would say take some time out, maybe in the next week or so, just to regroup. So maybe you withdraw from what I call the busyness of the world. Maybe you also withdraw from the craziness of the world, because there's enough of it going on if you kind of care to look. And this is the one where you kind of go, do you know what, let me rest, let me recharge. There's a friend of mine who has now since passed away, but one of the things that one of his kind of messages was you don't make decisions when you're in the storm. You let the storm pass, because the decisions you'll make in the storm, the decisions you'll make in those times where it's hard, the decisions you'll make in the times where it's like, man, I don't know what the point is, I'm just tired. You'll make very different decisions when you've had a chance to regroup. Now, one of the things that comes to mind is I was on Twitter this evening when I was on the train on the way home today, and someone I don't know, but you know, Twitter makes suggestions for you. Someone I don't know shared a post. Let me see if I can find it, because I was like, wow, that's kind of deep. Actually, I have to log in before I can see pictures, don't I? But basically what they were saying is, look, they were saying I feel depressed at the moment, I feel down. So if I've ever helped you in any way, if what I've done has inspired you, can you please just post a message and let me know? Over 4,000, so 4,322 people have clicked the love heart on Twitter. 1,301 people have written on that thread, and 117 people have retweeted that. And the reason I did a screenshot, I didn't screenshot who they are, because they might not want the whole world to know about it, but they're probably fine with it because it's on Twitter, you know. This is what it says. It says, I'm having a crappy bit with anxiety, stress, depression, brain fog, joint pain. If my work has helped you or been important to you now, or been important to you, comma, now would be a great time to let me know, because my horrid head is being bleak and unkind. Thank you. Sorry for being embarrassingly needy. And I took this screenshot in 1933, so 7:33 UK time. It's now 21:43, so it's 9:45. The reason I did a screenshot of it is I was going to write a little post about it and just kind of go, you know what, this really kind of made me stop in my tracks. Because it's one of those times, if you've ever had any of those things going on, if you've got all of them at once, oh my God. And I have had pretty much all of them at once, maybe not the joint pain, but I had other illnesses. So it kind of, yes, it was. But if you've ever been in the midst of those kinds of feelings, and that is the point where you're like, okay, what is the point? What is it? And weirdly, I did a post about that yesterday in Times of Saying Life, what's the point? But what they're basically saying here is just let me know. Let me know if I've helped you in some way, because that then kind of goes back and makes, and you see, actually, this has been worthwhile, because there's 1,300 comments. There's nearly 4,500 shares. There's 117 retweets. That's a lot. And so I presume this person now will be feeling more uplifted, and they will see the fruits of their labor. They will see those green shoots. They will see when maybe they planted a seed, they planted an idea, they maybe shared something or said something that has uplifted someone else. And the weird thing about life is, I don't know why we do it as human beings, but we normally wait till somebody's dead, you know, before we then come and go, oh, they were so helpful, thank you. You know, it's like, for God's sake, tell people while they're alive that they've helped you. Tell people while they're alive that they've supported you. Because in those times, if you've had a year of struggle and a year where nothing has really seemed worthwhile, things haven't gone your way, things weren't planning out the way, you know, just having those moments where somebody comes up and says, oh, thank you, or that was great, or and it could be, for all you know, that could be the moment where they are sat going, what is the point? Do I really make a difference? Does what I'm doing matter? And so when I look at the card this time, it feels different to how it felt for Natasha. It feels as though it's now speaking to those who have maybe been put in the graft, not really seeing the fruition of it, not really knowing that you have made a difference. And so the invitation here is to keep, I was going to say plowing on, but that makes it sound hard. I'm going to say keep going, because you're almost at the finish line. You're almost at that place and that space where things will start to bloom, where you will start to see those green shoots, where you will start seeing things coming to fruition. Or it may be that just at the moment you're like, oh God, something happens, or somebody says something or shares something that makes you go, this is why I'm doing it. It's almost like it will be useful, you know, you need to be re-reminded, you know, what the journey was about, why you're even on the path that you're on. And if you can find some way to, how can I say, rally yourself, lift yourself up, give yourself that kind of that burst of inspiration, then things are going to start unfolding. I don't know why. I don't know why the numbers and dates things are coming up lately. Because when I do my readings, I'm not really one who goes, oh, in 6 weeks' time or this, blah, blah, blah. But actually, this one feels like it could be another 2 to 3 months before, you know, you really start going, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. So the invitation here is to keep going, because there is that proverbial light at the end of the tunnel. So that's what I'll say about that one. Oh, Natasha says, I definitely recommend, oh, that's lovely, Natasha. I definitely recommend the membership group. Marilyn gives you so much more than what she says, and it's a great group. So if you're thinking about it, I would say do it. Oh, thank you, Natasha. That is really, really lovely. I appreciate that. I'll probably turn that into a quote if it's all right with you, and create one of my little posters. Let me know. But that is fantastic. My friend Amana always says, when she says, oh, Marilyn, I come to your workshops, I do your programs. She says, Marilyn delivers so much more than it says on the tin. I really like that as a quote. I have created a quote out of that one. So that's really cool. But yeah, it feels like this is a time to be kind of, you know, pushing on, keep going, because you know the rewards are there. And for those of you who did the Mind Body Spirit Energy Fest workshop at the end of December, one of the key themes from Gina, their clairvoyant that comes along and does some sessions as well, she was saying that it was important that as we transition out of 2019 that you sort your stuff out, you clear your stuff up, because you don't want it coming back and being magnified in 2020, because the energy is such that it can magnify what's there. And so when you do that cleaning up and the sorting out and the clearing, what you're magnifying is actually what you want. And so if you know that you've kind of brought in a little bit of emotional baggage, stuff that you haven't yet sorted out, this will be a really good month to do that. And you might even want to, you know, metaphorically ride the coattails of the Chinese New Year, because if you go, oh my God, January feels like so long ago, it's like, fear not. We've just had the Chinese and lunar and all that stuff going on. We had the palindrome date as well, which was a really nice opportunity to clear things out and all the rest of it in a very unique time. So we're still on the tail end of that. So it could be that you take the invitation to go, do you know what? I know I brought a bit of baggage in. I know there are things I'd love to do differently this year. I know there are patterns that I'd like to change. And February would be a fantastic month to sort those out, so that you clear the pathway for everything else that is really there waiting to come in when those conditions are right. Because it is a bit like soil. When you've got good soil and you're feeding it and you're nourishing it, the things that are going to spring up from that are just amazing and much more robust than, you know, malnourished stuff. So this will be a really good month to do some sorting. Oh, thank you, Natasha. Cool. Fab. So if you're up for it, I'm pretty sure, I mean, if you look behind me, if you see on the shelf behind me, I've probably got about at least 20 different decks, if not more. So over the years, we've had some really fascinating cards. I think the one that blew my mind the most was the Banksy cards. They were just off the freaking charts. And actually what I did with the Banksy cards is exactly what I'm doing here. I opened them on air, did a Facebook Live. No, I didn't. Oh, that's interesting. With regards to the Banksy cards, I opened them on air. They blew my mind, because then, oh man, they're Banksy's paintings, and some of his paintings are really confrontational. And so I was live on air and I just said, hey, does anyone want a reading with these cards? And a lovely lady called Frantonia, who I don't know, we're just connected on Facebook, we've never met, we've never spoken, I don't know anything about her life apart from seeing her profile picture where she was doing a TED talk. That's all I know. And so she posts in the thread, I'd love a reading, please. So I start doing the reading with these cards, and I hear a woman talking to me, and she's saying really specific stuff. And she keeps calling Frantonia baby and telling me to call it. And I'm like, I don't know this woman from Adam. I can't go baby. So after 3 or 4 times of conveying what's being said, but missing bits out, because I'm like, I can't talk to her like that. I said, look, Frantonia, I don't know what's going on here. But I said, it feels like a matriarchal, patriarchal figure. And I then relayed what she said. She went, oh my God. She said, I know exactly who that is. It's Granny Gracie. And as I say Granny Gracie, I get goosebumps again, because I could hear the woman talking, and I knew it was like a grandmother, mother kind of figure. And it was, you know, so Granny Gracie then continues to share. And so I'm talking, Frantonia's typing in the thread while we're live. And it was just crazy. So I did a blog about that one, a Facebook Live about that one, and of course it was a Facebook Live on my main page where it was all happening in real time. But yeah, so we've had some really interesting decks over the years. I know I always ask, because I say to people, look, do you want a reading? Yes. And if you've got a particular deck or you've got a theme, somebody might go, oh, can you use a romance deck or the past life deck or the life purpose deck or the abundance deck or whatever. So people can request their favorite decks if they do, but often they just say, oh, Marilyn, you choose. But when I have got a new deck, I will often go back to it, but I always go to the group and say, if you're up for it, this is the one we'll use. So for those of you who are in the membership group, who are watching, if you're up for it, for the March membership group readings, we will use the fortune reading cards, and we'll see what we get, which, you know, really excited. So if you'd like to join us, feel free. Yeah. Although that's it. I mean, the group has said, oh, I really like the size of the group, and what would happen if you had more people, how long? And I think what would happen is what I've had to do this month, because what I'm doing for people this month is, you know, rather than doing the one card reading, what I've said for everyone in the group is I'm doing a 2-card reading. We're doing a retrospective, so I'm doing a reading for them looking back at 2019, insights, pointers, things to highlight, and then I'm doing a reading for the year ahead. And because that's kind of double the time, I'm splitting the Tarot Tuesday over 2 or 3, whereas normally we just do a great big, you know, 60 to 90 minute. So this one, so I'm going to continue what we're doing with this month, which is why we will do it in March for the, if you want to use this deck, we will do the fortune reading cards in March. I'm excited. I think I'll sit and do a reading for myself and see what we get. If the flower card comes up again, and I really totally did shuffle them, I split the deck and everything. And those of you who are in the membership group, you will know there are times, well, most of the time, there's a theme that runs through the cards. And there are some people in the group, I'll be using a different deck every month. They'll get the same card, they'll get the same reading. And I remember one of them laughed and she said, Marilyn, you told me that a couple of months ago and I actually didn't take action on it. So for 3 months in a row, even though I was using different decks, it was the same message coming up. So the cards are very persistent, and often there's a theme, and there have been some readings. I've done, let's say, 15 or so readings, and the same card has come up 7 or 8 times, and I totally shuffle the cards. I shuffle them like I'm shuffling them here while I'm talking. I break the deck and everything. Same cards keep coming up. So if there's a message to be had, it will find you. So cool. I'm looking forward to this. So thank you all for joining me. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for the thumbs up and the kind of likes and the shares. That's cool. And I really look forward to using these. So when I'm off air, I will do a reading for myself and just see what comes up. Might do a 3-card. Actually, what I'm going to do, what I normally do to give the cards a test run, is I do a quick past, present, future reading. So I pick a card for the past, card for the present, card for the future, and then I see how that maps retrospectively, because that's an easiest way to get a gauge on where we're at. And then, of course, remain open to what could be coming. So I'll probably do a basic past, present, or future with these just to see what it throws up. Cool. Fab. And you can, of course, book a reading separately. So for that, what you could do, let me see, I have it here. What you could do is just go to my main website. It's www.transformationstm.com. And for those of you who may be listening instead of watching and reading, it's trance, T-R-A-N-C-E. Formation starts F for Freddie, so F-O-R-M-A-T-I-O-N-S, TM as in trademark. So transformationstm.com/Tarot tarot readings, and then you can book an individual reading. I do the readings via telephone, Skype, or my online meeting room. So if you wanted to book a one-to-one reading out, and if you're not in the membership group, then you can book a reading independently, but of course you'd pay more for the reading than you would for being in the membership group, but that's entirely up to you. I'm really happy if you want to do that. That's cool too. So yeah, go to the main website, or you can, there's one that says coaching, and it's a drop down menu, and then it will say tarot card readings. But if you just do / tarot readings, then it will take you to the page where you can book an individual reading. Malik says, hi Marilyn, could I have a card about my career, please? No, you've caught us just as we are coming to a close. But if you would like a free reading, join the membership group for the month. You can just join for the month if you want to do that. And yeah, I'll do a reading for you when we do the next Tarot Tuesday we're doing is next Tuesday, and we do it as a Facebook Live. Most of the times I'm talking to myself, and people will come in later on and they'll watch the replay recording. So that's how you can get a free reading every single month, or you can book a reading via my website. So but we're just kind of rounding up and bringing this session to a close, because it's been 45 minutes. That's quite a long time. So thank you all for sticking with it. Thank you so much for watching. And for those of you who are in the membership group, remember we're doing the future life progression guided process next Wednesday, 8:30 p.m. UK GMT. So check out your own time zones, and that's going to be a guided process where we're going to be going out into the future to have a look and bring back some strategies that will help us in the year ahead. And if you can't make it live, it will be recorded, so you'll get access to the video webinar recording of that. It's free of charge if you are in the membership group. If you're not in the membership group, then you can book to join us. And what I'll do is I'll put a link in the description of this video as well. So that's this coming Wednesday, and 8:30 GMT. And in terms of what else is coming up, on Monday the 17th, oh, let me see if I've got a picture of it here. Yes, I have. Monday the 17th, I'm interviewing the fabulous Greg Braden. So that's a live video webinar. It's part 2. We did an interview last year in January. During that time, slap wrists for me, because while I was there, Greg said, Marilyn, I've loved this so much. I would love if this was the beginning of the conversation. Can we schedule another one? Took me a whole year to schedule that thing. So it's February February the 17th, and it is I think it's 6 or 6:30 p.m. UK time GMT. I believe that's something like 11 a.m. Mountain time. But Greg will be live. We're doing it video webinar, which means for those of you in the membership group, there's a thread if you wanted to ask Greg a question. So please make sure you get that in, because I'm going to start collating those over the weekend. And you can join us live for that as well. And that's an open one, so there's no charge for that one. You can just join the conversation with. And if you've never heard Greg Braden speak, oh my goodness, you've been missing out. And if you have, you know how incredible he is. So join us live for that one as well. Fab, fab, fab. But Natasha says, thank you and good night. Thank you, Natasha. Thank you all for your comments. Thank you, Wanda, for joining me. Thank you, Sandeep. Thank you, Dale. Thank you, Kai. However, I'm sorry if I've mispronounced that. Thank you all for watching. I really enjoyed it. And I look forward to doing the rest of the Tarot Tuesday readings with you guys next week in the membership group. And really looking forward to March to have a play with this new deck. So you know the drill. If you want a reading, you just put yes in the thread. Catch you all later. Bye-bye.